Intelligence isn't what's burning people out. Strength is. We live in a society that is obsessed with the grind, obsessed with intelligence, and obsessed with the idea that being capable is the ultimate virtue. We praise the person who stays late, the person who never complains, and the person who carries the weight of everyone else on their shoulders. But there is a quiet internal collapse happening behind those stoic faces. You see, the world tells you that if you are smart enough and strong enough, you can handle anything. They don't tell you that chronic strength is not the same thing as resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, but chronic strength is a slow erosion disguised as discipline. It is a steady grinding down of your soul. By the end of this video, you will understand why the strongest people break the hardest and, more importantly, how to recover before that happens. If you felt like you're running on empty, but you're still pushing forward because you don't know how to stop, stay with me. We are going to dive deep into burnout recovery and how to achieve a true nervous system reset. We were sold a myth. We were told that being the reliable one, the problem solver, and the person who says, "I'll handle it," is the peak of human character. From a young age, many of us learned that our value is directly tied to our competence. Being smart became synonymous with being responsible for everything. If you could see the solution, it became your job to implement it. But no one warns you about what constant competence does to your internal biology. This isn't just about being tired. It is about a functional suffering that we call a state of survival. You aren't crashing yet, but you are also not living. You are managing. You are learning how to manage stress by simply ignoring it, pushing it down into a dark corner of your mind so you can finish the task at hand. This mental exhaustion isn't a lack of brain power. It is the result of a nervous system that has been redlining for years without a break. For the strong one, this isn't just a habit, it's an identity. You are the one who fixes problems before anyone else even notices they exist. You are the one who doesn't ask for help because asking for help feels like a confession of failure. You likely learned very early in life that safety is found in self-reliance. Strength started as a shield to protect you from a chaotic world. Then, it became a habit. Finally, it became your entire identity. You are trapped by the belief that if you stop being strong, everything and everyone around you will collapse. You feel like the load-bearing wall of a building that is slowly cracking under the pressure. This is where strength stops protecting you and starts rewiring you. It changes the way you think, the way you breathe, and the way you view the world around you. This is what we call warrior mode. To be clear, having a warrior mentality is necessary. It is essential during emergencies, divorces, health crises, or when you're protecting your children. It is the drive that allows you to survive a career crisis or a personal tragedy. Think of it like a car. Driving aggressively can save your life in a high-speed emergency. But if you drive that way every single day, you will eventually destroy the engine. When you stay in warrior mode for too long, your fight or flight response becomes your default setting. You are no longer reacting to danger. You are living in anticipation of it. Adrenaline becomes your baseline. You don't know how to exist without a crisis to solve, and your body begins to pay a price that your mind hasn't even calculated yet. When survival becomes a lifestyle, the breakdown is slow and subtle. You might notice that your emotional range is shrinking. The things that used to make you laugh or feel curious now feel like a distraction. Your world narrows. You start avoiding new people and new experiences because you're afraid that one more person or one more problem will finally be the thing that breaks you. You begin overreacting to small stressors. A spilled coffee or a slow internet connection feels like a personal attack. You see threat and injustice everywhere because your brain is trained to look for the next war. This is the real face of mental exhaustion. It isn't just feeling sleepy, it's the heavy, soul-deep fatigue of a person who has forgotten how to put their armor down. The most dangerous part of this journey is the isolation. Warriors isolate themselves to protect others from their reactions. You don't want people to see you when you're on edge, so you pull away. You become addicted to the adrenaline of the struggle. When things are calm, you feel unsafe. You wonder what the catch is. You look for problems to solve just so you can feel the familiar rush of being needed and capable. Even your escapism becomes a way to manage the overload. You might find yourself scrolling for hours or seeking temporary peace in ways that feel addictive. This isn't a character flaw or a sign of weakness, it is biology. Your nervous system is screaming for a break, and you are trying to find it in any way you can. Eventually, you reach a phase of awareness where you can no longer ignore the truth. Relentless strength is corroding your inner world. You feel emotionally numb, disconnected from the people you love, and worst of all, you feel like you've lost touch with yourself. You look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. You realize that your intelligence, which was once your greatest tool, has become a weapon of self-destruction. Intelligence without regulation is just a faster way to burn out. You are smart enough to know you are hurting, but you have been strong for so long that you don't know how to stop the momentum. This is the moment where you have to pause and realize that the war you are fighting might already be over. This leads to the confrontation phase. You have to face the armor you've built. Who are you without the pressure? Who are you when there is no one to save and no problem to solve? It is terrifying to be seen without your armor. Letting others carry the weight feels like a betrayal of your own identity, but resentment is building quietly in the background. You are starting to resent the people who rely on you, even though you're the one who taught them to do so. Fatigue is compounding silently. This is where trauma healing becomes vital. You have to recognize that your survival strategies have outlived the danger they were created for. Your nervous system doesn't know the war is over yet, and it is your job to convince it that it's safe to come home. Recalibration is about practical hope, not motivational fluff. Healthy strength is situational, not permanent. It is the ability to be strong when needed and soft when the danger has passed. To start your burnout recovery, you must learn how to recover from burnout by intentionally slowing down. This involves a nervous system reset. You need to surround yourself with safe people who don't require you to be the hero. You have to practice slowing your reactions. Before you jump in to fix a problem, ask yourself if it is truly yours to carry. Build routines that calm your mind rather than stimulate it. Real intelligence in the modern world is the ability to regulate your own peace. Stability is more valuable than adrenaline. You aren't failing by resting. You are maintaining the most important tool you have, yourself. Strength is meant to visit your life. It is not meant to live there. We have been taught that the strongest people are the ones who never quit. But the truth is that the strongest people are the ones who know when to lay down their swords. Your intelligence should be used to create a life of balance, not a life of constant battle. As you move forward, ask yourself a difficult question. What part of you is still fighting a war that already ended? It is time to stop being the hero for a moment and start being a human being. Regulation and safety are the new markers of success. Take a breath, let the weight go, and realize that you have done enough. You are allowed to be tired, and more importantly, you are allowed to heal.